Okay, Warrior fans, welcome back to Servant Heating Cooling Gymnasium here at Warrenton High School. And tonight we bring you Stunt. This is our first broadcast of Stunt. This is our first year of having Stunt. So big round of applause to the girls for having the courage to come out and trying this. It's never been done before. It's the first team we've ever had. And really proud of the girls and the courage it takes to start something new like this. And we have a great team here. We're looking forward to watching them. And the way Stunt works is you'll have two teams. They will compete against doing the same routine. One team will call out a number. That routine will be done by both teams. And at the top of the gym, there is someone who is judging them. There are two judges, and those judges will score the teams. And after the routine, we'll give identify the winning team. That team will then get a point. There are 4 quarters in this match, and out of the 4 quarters, they do different routines and different skill sets are being accomplished. So stick around, have fun, enjoy the routines, and let's go Warriors. Okay, we have about 5 minutes or so until the start of the next match here. So tonight, the Warriors will be playing Farmington in the first game, and then they'll have Fort Zumwalt South in the second game. Earlier today, Farmington and Fort Zumwalt South competed against each other, and Fort Zumwalt South came out on top of that one. And so Farmington will compete now, and then they'll go home after this. Then the Warriors will take on Fort Zumwalt South for their next matchup after this one. And Stunt is an emerging sport here in Missouri. We have roughly 20 or so teams in the state that are participating in Stunt, and I'm happy to say that Warrenton is one of them. So we are on the ground level of beginning this new emerging sport, and it is exciting to watch. This is a lot of fun. So they're going to have the music. The girls are going to do their routines. They're going to get points. and it's going to be a fun one to watch. So stay tuned. Stunt will be happening again here in a minute. We're back here at Servant Heating and Cooling Gymnasium here at Warrenton High School. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll be underway in about 5 minutes. Okay, we're about 2 minutes away from action. Coach Philippek has got the girls ready to go. And doing the PA announcement, the announcement here in the gym is Coach D. McDowell. So glad to have Coach back helping out with this. So you might recognize that voice. Coach McDowell helped with our broadcast on football during the football season. And now back out here helping out with Stunt. So we appreciate Coach's time to help us out. So the girls are getting ready. And the Warriors are going to be in the red and the white, and the Farmington Knights are going to be in the gold and the black. And the Warriors will be on the left side of your screen, while Farmington will be on the right side. So what will happen here is a team will call out a number. Not all the girls will participate in this. Each girls have identified what routines they're going to do. A group of girls will come out and do that routine at the same time. The judges will be judging them to determine which team does the routine the best, and then they will award a point to the team that does it the best. And at the end of the game, the team with the most points wins. And so there probably won't be a whole lot of announcing. I'll probably just let the music and the girls' routine do the talking, because they'll be chanting out their numbers to keep the rhythm, and the judges will also be chanting with them, which is kind of interesting to watch as the judges are counting out and paying attention to the timing of what's happening at what moment in the routine. And we'd like to thank our judges. We think there's only about 5 judges in the entire state, so they've got to travel all over to get to these events. So big shout out to our judges tonight for helping us and making this event happen. So since we're in Servant Heating and Cooling Gymnasium, I want to give a shout out to the Servant Heating and Cooling is one of our sponsors tonight, and so they're your hometown Carrier dealer. Give them a call at 636-745-7353. Some great folks there at Servant Heating and Cooling, Warrenton graduates, and do a wonderful job. Been in business out here for about 12 years, and a big sponsor of Warrenton Sports and Athletics. Servant has bought the naming rights to this gymnasium for the last 5 years. So a big thank you to Servant and their support. So here's Coach McDowell. Okay, they're coming out for the coin toss. Going over the rules. Looks like Warrenton won the toss and made the decision. I'm not sure what was decided.
They have taken possession. They choose routine number 2, routine 2.
The Warriors won the coin toss, and they chose routine number 2. So here it goes. Great routine. Let's see who the point goes to now. Warrenton gets a point. So the Warriors are going to do routine 3 right now. And so they're getting paired up, identifying who's in that group. And as they're putting on the sweatshirts or other identifying shirts, those are going to be additional spotters. And the judges are tallying the score, relaying it down to the front. And Farmington wins that one. So we have a 1-1 match here. And Warrenton goes to routine number 1. right, it's Warrenton takes that one. All right, Warrenton taking the lead, 2-1. So Warrenton takes a timeout. There are 3 timeouts for each team. So Warrenton kind of gathers themselves to determine what they want to do here, what the strategy is. As the coaches are talking over, seeing what we're thinking, collaborating. We got about 15 seconds left in the half. I think Warrenton's ready to go. Everybody's getting they're playing together. All right, so the Knights have the choice here. So they go to routine number 3. Warriors are winning 2-1 here in the first quarter. Great routine there. Let's see what we got. Warrenton. Okay, that takes us to the end of the first quarter here. And Warrenton has a lead of 3-1. As we move into the second quarter. I want to take a moment to thank our other sponsors. We have Main Street Real Estate sponsoring tonight's event, so thank you, Main Street Real Estate. They're your hometown realtors with hometown hearts, proudly supporting Warrenton High School athletics in our community. From game day to closing day, they're your home team. So Main Street's been great support for a long time. They've done so many wonderful things for our community, including this last weekend at the Red and White auction. They're a big supporter of academic side of the house of school, and then also supporting all of our activities all the time. So we very much appreciate Main Street. And if you're looking for a home in the Warrenton area, looking for a place here, give Main Street a call. All right, as we're coming. Okay, this is routine 1 in the pyramid and tosses section of the match. Outstanding routine as they relay it down. And the point goes to?
And the point for round 1 goes to both teams.
Both teams earned a point. Congratulations.
And Farmington chooses routine 2.
So that makes it 4-2. So they must have had a tie score there. So great job to both squads. Another fun routine. That was great. Be tough to score that one. Wonder what they're going to do.
And the point goes to...
All right, Warrenton with the win. Way to go, Warrenton.
And Warrenton chooses routine 1.
All right, Warrenton's going to routine 1 here. So both teams know the routines and practice routines, and they're really just determining who does the best job. Another great performance by both squads. And the point's going to go to?
And one goes to
Warrenton again. Great job, Warrenton.
And Farmington chooses routine 2.
So Farmington's coming back out with routine number 2. And one thing you might hear is a bell at the beginning of the song. That's when they know when to start. Warrenton with win. Okay, that finishes first two quarters. We're on to the third quarter now. And we're going to jumps and tumbling after this. So Warrenton's off to a good lead here, 7-2. So let's hopefully they can maintain that lead in the third and fourth quarters. So jumps and tumbles in this next round. We'd like to thank our final sponsor of tonight, Hunter's Sake, out of Jonesburg. They're now leasing their commercial space in their brand new building located on Main Street in Jonesburg. And coming soon is the Hunter Oaks subdivision with new homes and townhomes for sale. Both of those are right near Jonesburg Elementary School. It's going to be a really nice subdivision with walking trails and nice new trees. And it's going to be a really great place. If you're looking for that small town feel in Jonesburg area, give Hunter's Sake a call and they can help you out. Then also, if you're looking for that modern space as Jonesburg is being developed out there, you can be on that ground floor for that commercial as Jonesburg is growing and having new buildings going up, and really would be a great place for any up-and-coming new business in the Jonesburg area. Give Hunter's Sake a call if you're looking for really anything in the Jonesburg area. And we're at halftime, and we'll be back in about 6 minutes. All right, guys, welcome back. We're getting ready to start our quarter number 3. And I got some more information from our refs on the tie. And so what they told us is whenever one team has – so we have 2 refs here today, or 2 judges. And if one judge has Warrenton winning, one judge has Farmington winning, and they're within a point or 2, then it's a tie. And just more information on the tie, they like to keep pace of play, so they like to keep it moving along. So they don't want to spend hours and hours arguing over a couple points. They just issue a tie. Now, typically they would have a third judge, and Warrenton wins that one. That means both judges had Warrenton winning. And Warrenton's going to do routine 1. And so because of only having 2 judges, if one has one and they're both closely scored, then it's a tie. All right, so the judges are tallying their points.
And the point goes to Warrenton.
So Warrenton gets a point.
They choose routine 2.
Okay, routine 2 is coming up now. Routine number 2. Another great routine by both teams. Tough for the judges. And the point's going to go to... And our judges are moving really quickly. So we appreciate that, to keep the pace of play moving quickly. I was wondering how that worked. So it's like Farmington took a timeout. So these routines are put together by the governing body of cheerleading, and so they're sent out to the teams in the schools in January, and then they have time to practice and get ready for them. And so again, in Missouri, there aren't very many stunt teams. We think around 20, and so we're happy to be one of the first in the state to have this offering for our student athletes. And the girls have really worked hard to be prepared for this. And the future looks bright so far for Warrenton. Routine 1 for Warrenton. Routine number 1. Okay, another strong routine. And the judges have the result, relaying it down. And the winner is?
And the point goes to
both teams. So we had one judge had one score, and another judge had another. For one team had one judge had Farmington, one judge had Warrenton. They were within a point of each other, which means then it's a tie. Both get the points. So congratulations to both teams on that one. And I think that was a Warrenton timeout. So Warrenton has one timeout left. And so this gives them just a chance to think about strategy, like what do we want to do, what are we feeling good about, because they'll get to pick the routine, and then this might be, I'm sorry, that was not a timeout. This is actually the end of the third period. We are now in the fourth period. So they're talking over that strategy, getting ready for this fourth quarter. So as we go in the fourth quarter here, Warrenton is leading 11-3. And again, if you're just tuning in, this is our first year having Stunt here at Warrenton High School. And we're here in Zumwalt Heating and Cooling Gymnasium at Warrenton High School. And Farmington has a choice. Farmington picks routine number 1. All right, the judges are tallying. There's a lot to score on that, a lot of action. And they're relaying the results down to the front.
Results for round 1. 4 partners spent.
To Warrenton.
And the Pyramids and Toss.
Yeah, Warrenton received 3 points on that, so there are 3 points to score on each one of these. It's a lot for the judges to score on this. So I think that was a timeout by Farmington. They have one left. And Warrenton has a commanding lead here in the fourth quarter, 14-3. So after this match, Warrenton will face Fort Zumwalt South. Fort Zumwalt South played Farmington earlier today and won. So this will conclude Farmington's performance. We appreciate them traveling all the way over here to Warrenton for this competition. Been some great sportsmanship between the young ladies. All right, Warrenton's coming out and chose routine 2. All right, another great routine from both teams there. So this, again, is another 3-point match. The judges have a lot to score as they are working through that. The judges are comparing scores to see who wins what. And they're relaying the scores down. Let's wait for the announcement from Coach McDowell.
And the results for partner stats. 1 goes to Warrenton. For Stunt Tumbling, 1 goes to Warrenton. And for Pyramids and Tosses, the 1 goes to Warrenton.
get some clarification. So timeout.
And we have a timeout by Farmington.
So it looks like a little injury timeout here. So we'll get our athletics trainer will help him out here. So make sure everybody's doing okay here. And I believe that is Farmington's final timeout. And the Warriors lead 17-3. All right, coming out of this timeout. Well, it looks like everybody's okay there on the Farmington side. Which is great news. Never want to see anybody get hurt, but this is an active sport, a lot of movement, so there's definitely injuries possible in this game. So appreciate our activities trainer being here to make sure everybody's all right.
Farmington chooses routine 1.
So routine 1 is our next routine. All right, another great routine. A lot to score here again for the judges. There'll be 3 points for this round. And it looks like they are in agreement and are relaying the score down to the.
And the points are awarded as follows. For partner stunts, the point goes to Warrenton. For Johnson Cumberland, the point goes to Warrenton. And for pyramids and tosses, the point goes to Warrenton. Also by 2 deduction points. Post match there.
Warrenton picked up all 3 points again on that round. So now they're doing routine 2. All right, another great routine really by both teams there. I'm curious how this one's going to score. So the judges are busy writing, checking the notes. Now conferring on who they've got. Got to give it to our judges. They're moving pretty quickly through this to keep the pace of play going pretty well. And they're relaying the score down. So let's go to Coach McDowell for the results.
All right, for partner stunts, the point goes to Warrenton. For Farmington Tumbling, the point goes to Warrenton. And for pyramids and tosses, the point goes to Warrenton. 2 deduction points. That will conclude quarter number 4 in our game with the Warrenton Warriors 23 and Farmington Lions 3. And both teams a great round of applause.
Well, great match there between the Farmington Knights and Warrenton Warriors. Warrenton came on top 23-3. So Warrenton will now face Fort Zumwalt South for the final match of tonight. Fort Zumwalt South played Farmington earlier today and won that one as well. So this should be a pretty good matchup between the 2 winning teams. This is not a tournament style. This is round robin where everybody plays everybody. So we're excited to see this matchup. So that'll be back here in about 20 minutes. So stay tuned and we'll have Fort Zumwalt South for you.
Zumwalt South Bulldogs, led by head coach Eric Martin, will be taking on our hometown Warrenton Warriors, led by Natalie Philippine. The team will come out, starting the match for coin toss, please.
Okay, here comes the coin toss. Well, they'll go over all the rules and making sure everybody's being safe and doing all the things they're supposed to be doing. So if you're just joining us, we're playing Fort Zumwalt South. And the Warriors defeated Farmington earlier, 23-3. So Fort Zumwalt won the toss, deferred to Warrenton. And here we go. This should be a great matchup between these two excellent squads in this new emerging sport here in Missouri. So Warrenton gets a pick. Warrenton picks routine number 2. So here we go. Good routine, and so they're relaying the scores down. So South gets a point on that one. It's a routine 4. And if you're just joining us, each team gets to pick the routine, and in this case, Warrenton's going to have to forfeit the point. That happens sometimes whenever the player's injured or just don't have the routine down. That was impressive by Fort Zumwalt South to have that completed, and the point will go to South. So congratulations to South on that one. That was a nice performance. Okay, Warriors going to routine number 1 here. This one's going to be tough for the judges to score, but they are quick getting the results in.
And point awarded to
All right, both teams. That means one judge had one team winning, another judge had another team winning, but it was within 1 point, and so it's a tie. So both teams get the point. So Fort Zumwalt South is still leading 3-1 here in the first quarter. And it looks like Warriors are going to forfeit this one as well. So that was the end of the first quarter, and so we'll have Pyramids and Tosses coming back in the second quarter, and Fort Zumwalt leading 4-1. Both teams still have all their timeouts. Just want to thank our sponsors again tonight. I'd like to thank Servant Heating and Cooling, Hunter Sake, and Main Street Real Estate for all their support for Warrenton Athletics. So if you're needing any heating and cooling done in the Warrenton area, or really the St. Louis area, give Servant Heating and Cooling a call. And also, if you're looking for any real estate in the Warrenton area, Main Street Real Estate's your team. And also in the Jonesburg area, the Hunter Sake with their new subdivisions, commercial and residential. So if you're looking to expand your business west to the Jonesburg area, there's a beautiful facility that Hunter Sake has just built. So give them a call. So we are coming into the second quarter here with about 30 seconds left. Okay, Warrenton has a pick, so we're in routine 2. So in the first quarter, Fort Zumwalt South was able to do some routines that Warrenton wasn't able to do. Got some points that way. We had a tie, and Warrenton won, or Fort Zumwalt won one. Great routine by both squads. That's going to be tough, I think, for the judges. As they're discussing, they're relaying it down. And the point goes to both teams. Well, that was both a great routine by both teams. So routine 4. And it looks like Warrenton's going to have to sit this one out again.
Voted to Zumwalt South.
And congratulations to Zumwalt South on that one. Good routine. So routine 1 for the Warriors. Boy, another great routine by both squads. As the judges are talking it over. Reviewing the difficulty. And they're relaying the scores down. So again, we thank our judges. There's only about 5 judges in the state to do this. We appreciate them coming out doing it. All right, big win for Warrenton on that one. Way to go, Warriors. And Warrenton's going to have to sit this one out. So South gets a point on that one. Now you might be wondering, why does Warrenton have to sit that out? Were they not prepared? Well, a lot of it has to do with personnel, and sometimes someone is injured or out and just not able to perform because that person is just not here. Or it's just a routine we can't do. You know, they might have a difficulty level we just can't do. So whatever the reason is, we just had a few there that we were not able to do, but that's okay. Warrenton is definitely within range of coming back here, especially the last round where they get 3 points per routine. So definitely not over as we go into halftime. So we have an 8-minute halftime here. So we'll be back in about 7 minutes. So stay tuned for the second half. Okay, welcome back. We've got about 2 minutes until the second half of Stunt. So this is an emerging sport in Missouri. There's about 20 teams in Missouri. And so we're happy to have one here at Warrenton High School. And our girls are competing against Fort Zumwalt South. South is leading 7-3 coming into the second half. And if you're just tuning in, what will happen here in the second half is a team will pick a number. Both teams will come out and do the routine. The judges will judge which team is the best, and the points will be awarded. The last quarter, the fourth quarter, the routines are worth 3 points, so there's an opportunity to make up some ground in that last quarter. Warrenton in the first half has had a forfeit a few rounds. The points went to Fort Zumwalt South. But the routines that the Warriors were able to perform, competed well, tied 2 and 1-1 of those. So this is definitely evenly matched teams. And some great sportsmanship between both teams that we're seeing here at Warrenton High School. We appreciate that very much. So Fort Zumwalt South won the coin toss and deferred to the second half. So it should be their call on what routine they do coming out of halftime. So this has jumps and tumbling, so Fort Zumwalt gets to pick. Routine 3, and are the Warriors going to be able to do this one? Unfortunately, the Warriors are going to have to sit this one out. An impressive routine by Fort Zumwalt South.
And the point goes to no point given.
No point given on that one.
Chooses routine 1.
Must not have made too many mistakes in that last routine for Fort Zumwalt to gain a point on that. So Warriors are in on this one. Okay, that was a really good performance by both teams. The judges have their result, and that is coming in. And the winner is Warrenton. All right, Warriors making a comeback. It's a routine 4. And unfortunately, the Warriors are going to have to sit this one out. And the reason that happens is sometimes personnel is not available, or simply they just don't have the routine down. no point awarded again, so the Warriors catch a break. Another great routine by both teams. Let's see what the judges thought as they are conferring and relaying the scores down. And here are the results.
And the point is awarded to Zumwalt.
Went to South.
We'll take a 2-minute break and come back to quarter number 4 with our team routine.
Okay, that finishes the third quarter. And we'll go into the team routines next. Now, there are 3 points for each one of these routines, so it is anybody's game right now coming into the fourth quarter. I'm sure that's what Coach Philipek's telling them right now, too. It's like, we're in this. We can do this. So we'll just see how this executes and how it plays out. So coming down in the fourth quarter, going to be tight, going to be close. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. So if the Warriors can come out and get this first one, they'll be 7-8. Now there's 3 points for each one, so it doesn't mean you win all 3 at the beginning. 1 point can go to one team, another point to another, and another to another team. So Warriors just need to win 2 out of 3, do that a couple times, and we'll have a pretty close game here coming down to the wire. Okay, we got about 20 seconds till the end of the quarter starts here. So this first match is really going to be important for the Warriors. They're going to want to really get as many points as they can on this one to put themselves in a position to win the match.
All right, we are in quarter number 4. So chooses routine 3.
Well, routine 3 is something that the Warriors don't have in their bag tonight, so So nice performance by Fort Zumwalt South. We'll see how many points are awarded here. And smart play by their coach to play a more difficult routine that they suspect that the Warriors might not have mastered yet. So there's a lot to score in these team events. So the 3 points the judges are conferring and sending the score down.
All right, for partner stunts, point goes to Zumwalt South. For jumping tumbling, point goes. And for creative crosses, the point goes to Zumwalt South.
So Zumwalt South picks up 3 points in that one. Puts them in a pretty commanding lead. So Warriors are down 11-4. Outstanding routine by both squads there. We'll see what the judges have to say about that. As they're talking it over, a lot to score here. Again, there's only a handful of judges in the state that are qualified to do this. And we're lucky to have a couple in the St. Louis area that can come out and help us out. So this event would not be possible without them, so thank you, judges. And again, 3 points for this one. And the results are going down to the floor. So let's go to Coach Mack.
All right, 4 partner stunts. Point goes to Zumwalt South. For jumping tumbling, point goes to Blake. And for creative and tosses, the point goes to Zumwalt South chooses route.
Okay, so Warrenton picked up a few points there, and so did Fort Zumwalt South. So let's see. So that puts us at 13-6. It looks like Warrenton's going to have to sit this one out. I think we had some technical difficulties there with the sound. Looks like we're going to start over. Maybe. Okay, so Fort Zumwalt was able to perform that one. Let's see if they get the points.
All right, for partner studies, point goes to Zumwalt South. For Warrenton Tumbling, point goes to, no point awarded. And pyramids and tosses, point goes to Zumwalt South. And Warrenton chooses routine 1.
So Zumwalt picks up 2 points on that one. And I think this might be one of our last routines if it's not the last one. So 3 points available here. So let's go Warriors. Okay, good routine. Let's see how the point breakdowns go. But it's been a good matchup today between Fort Zumwalt South and the Warriors. Fort Zumwalt South has just had a few more routines ready to go and the personnel to do them. So that's been the main difference in today's match. But both teams, when compete head-to-head, have been fairly evenly matched, split a few. Fort Zumwalt's had a little bit of the edge. And the results are in. As they're relaying it down, let's see how it goes. Here's Coach Mack.
And our first point, awarded to second round points is awarded to and for pyramids and tosses, point goes to Zumwalt South. And that is the conclusion of the game. Zumwalt South with 17 and the Warrenton Warriors with 8.
And that concludes our matchup for tonight. So congratulations to Fort Zumwalt South on their victories today over Farmington and Warrenton. And Warrenton had a victory over Farmington and lost to Fort Zumwalt South. Great matchup, though, really good. Warrenton split that last set with point-wise with them. But this is Stunt. Welcome to Stunt. Going to be hopefully a long tradition here in Warrenton, and this is just the beginning. This is our first year of Stunt, and appreciate all the girls and their bravery to be the first to try it out without ever doing this before. So congratulations on a successful first season to Coach Philippek as they're getting it up and running, and it is an exciting and fun sport. I'd encourage you to come out to Warrenton High School to watch Stunt next time it's on the schedule, and it's really entertaining, and the girls really work hard, and I've really enjoyed watching my first event. So again, thanks for tuning in, and have a great evening.